Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chop and Slice. I am one of the co-hosts, Michael, and this is
Brandon.
We are here to talk about Halloween Kills 2021.
Great film.
The second movie in the David Green little trilogy here. And honestly, the best one out of that whole trilogy. I know everybody
In
likes...
our opinion.
In our opinion, but... I know everyone is a fangirl for 2018, but I particularly liked it the first viewing, but on second watch I did not really enjoy it, and so on and so forth. But Halloween Kills, I feel like, is a movie that you could watch 100 times, which I have, probably.
I've seen it about 4 or 5 times. I've definitely seen it more than the 2018 and Halloween Ends, for sure, because this one was so good.
It's just way more of an enjoyable movie. A lot of people have issues with the storyline. I thought the storyline is fine. I know the dialogue is a little bit cringy, but if you can get over the dialogue and just, enjoy it for a slasher, it's really one of the best modern-day slasher films.
And this is where Michael Myers is, I think, really at his best. And, this was a very strong movie, and it's a shame that it didn't keep the ball rolling on this one. And this movie definitely lived up to its name of Halloween Kills, because there is plenty of that in this one.
Highest recorded kill count in any Halloween movie.
Yeah, for Halloween.
And I think it does break Friday the 13th. I think this movie does have the most kills out of any slashers in history. Could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty confident in that. I saw something that said that, so I'm pretty sure this has the highest kill count of any slasher, at least in modern day. So
yeah, this movie's just insane, and it starts off getting into the killing right away with the fire department.
It wastes no time.
Nope, it just got right into it.
One of my favorite parts of the movie is actually, after we see Laurie and Allison and
the mom.
The mom, yeah. I was trying to think of her name. Judy Greer, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Andy Matichak. They're all sitting there in the back of the truck and whatever, and then we see them cut to a scene from like a flashback scene from the original Night in 1978, which I thought was very well done.
And Samuel Loomis too.
Yeah,
was pretty good.
And
First time I saw that, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and it wasn't CGI'd; it was prosthetics. It's pretty cool. They found a dude on the set that looks just like him, so they're like, let's do a little extra makeup. Let's really geek this guy out, and he looked pretty good.
Yeah,
the voice was done very well, and I like how they captured that feel of the 1978, because the original is my favorite, and I feel like they captured it really well. The mask looked good, and yeah, we finally found out why Michael Myers had rope from the shop. So they actually were smart enough to realize, he also had rope with him. So we saw that being utilized, and a young Sheriff Hawkins.
Yeah,
saved
and
Michael Myers'
a lot
life.
of great callbacks as well. You like the rope, for example, the nurse. I like how it showed the hand again smashing through the passenger side window.
Yeah, a lot of good callbacks. Even the masks from Halloween Season of the Witch were utilized. I like the how they got all the legacy characters, which was pretty cool. Nurse Marion was in there. Lindsay Wallace was in there. A lot of good characters. So
One of my favorite things about this movie is the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis just stays in that hospital bed, you know. And the movie just focused more on
The
Michael
legacy
Myers.
and the legacy characters. Michael Myers versus the legacy characters. Tommy Doyle was all over this movie, and to be honest, I wasn't really a big fan of his character.
He was so creepy.
Yeah,
The
I,
looks that he would get.
I'm not sure who the actor is that played him, but I know he's pretty popular. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but not the best performance, and I thought he was a little douchey too.
Oh yeah,
Like he's some
just
badass
creepy.
Huckleberry. He walks around with a baseball bat the entire movie.
Like
just-
thinking he's like tough shit or
Yeah.
something.
I do like the where they're all, I guess celebrating this anniversary, which is kind of weird that they all go out and celebrate on a tragic night, but it is what it is. This also tackles like mental health with the patient we see that everybody thinks is Michael Myers, which that's kind of an issue I have with this movie too. How do you guys not? How can you tell that's not Michael Myers? The dude's like 5 feet tall, fat and chunky.
I actually just didn't understand why they even thought it was Michael Myers.
Yeah,
Like,
they saw his picture on the news, the two escapes, and they blurred out Michael Myers' photo. But I don't know why they'd think this guy was Michael Myers.
just a bunch of idiots, I guess.
Yeah.
But this movie has some issues, but overall, just action packed. Just the action in this movie. I like how Laurie Strode kind of sits this movie out and lets the light shine on Michael Myers. I like that there's no Corey Cunningham. That's just horrible. Just so many great things about this movie. And the mob scene was just insane.
Yeah, that was
I was pretty when I first heard that this movie was coming out right before it was about to be released. I was like, well, it's a Halloween movie, of course I got to watch it, and I'm watching it and I'm a little intrigued by it. But after the mob scene happened, that's when I realized, holy shit, this is a good fucking movie. And yeah, I had to watch it again afterwards. This was just amazing and great. Where 2018 was just kind of slow, you know.
Yeah, really slow. It's basically a reboot. Like you had to give all this background on what happened, all this blah 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 blah. This movie is not particularly scary, but it is a brutal slasher film.
Very bloody.
And you never really seen Michael this extreme. I mean, the way he is in this movie, it's not 2018. He wasn't like this. He's more brutal in this.
And the crazy thing is, it's the same night. So
Same night, yeah. Which it's like, I don't know. I kind of prefer it to all be on the same night, but they,
yeah, they fucked it up.
which kind of hurts this movie in a way, but I don't know.
And you know what? This is kind of strange because most of the time, like the middle installments don't really do so good because the middle installments usually is just there to piece together.
It's a filler, yeah.
Right, to piece together the first and the third. So this is one of those things where it's very rare. But
This was definitely the best.
yeah, without a doubt. That's just our opinion, though. But
It's definitely the best. Like I said, when you're watching a slasher, I don't think story and dialogue really matters too much because you're not watching a slasher film for the story, I don't believe. I mean, all the great slasher films don't have that great of stories.
and they've been changed so many times.
Right.
So and I don't really think they care too much about their own story that they're really trying to tell anyway. So
I really do enjoy the scene where Michael Myers is chasing Lindsay Wallace after she hits him in the face with the bag of bricks.
Yeah.
That is a scary scene the first time you watch it, because he's just chasing her and she's like ducked down behind like some rocks and stuff. He's just walking around, looking around. Does not find her, thankfully. And then he just walks off. That's kind of creepy. And I do like the mask in this one, how it's kind of burned. So that was cool that they added that effect to it.
Yeah. And also this movie had great kills too.
Oh, yeah.
The fluorescent light. Well, then we later find out that didn't kill her, but still a good scene.
Yeah.
He starts to pose the bodies in this one, which that I think is a new feature.
No, he did it in the original.
Yeah, well,
He posed his sister. He definitely posed his sister, dude. Flat out on the bed.
Oh, with the tombstone, yeah.
And he always hangs up his victims in the closet, and they always drop down. And however he does that, I don't know. Open the door, and he kind of posed just a douchebag in the original. Kind of posed his body with the knife through the. Kind of. But I know what you mean, like sitting the bodies next to each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a lot more sadistic in this one.
Yeah, the way he was just stabbing the lady's husband with the whole knife set, testing him out and making her watch it while she's just bleeding out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of sadistic shit in this. What'd you think of Big John and Little John?
Two very interesting characters.
Yeah,
but
I don't think Michael Myers was too happy with what they did to his house.
No, they didn't. He was not fond of what they did. But two interesting characters. They brought some comedy to the role. They were definitely funny. I laughed at them quite a bit. I like how they were kind of like being jerks to those little kids, and they fell for their prank. Oh, they weren't really being jerks, because those kids were jerks.
Right. So they just kind of gave him a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah.
But the way he kills Big John, though, with the eyeballs coming out.
And then I thought it was so stupid when Little John walks in. You're home. This is your home.
Yeah, no shit.
Michael just makes his way over to him. He just stands there and lets him kill him. Thought that was
off-screen kill.
Yeah, off-screen kill.
I thought we were going to see another cool kill, but...
No, they had plenty of that in this.
I don't understand why in this day and age, why we're still doing off-screen kills. To me, it doesn't make
Sometimes
a lot of sense.
you want the, what do they call it?
Audience to use their imagination.
Yeah. Sometimes that's okay. I'm cool with off-screen kills sometimes, to switch it up. Some off-screen kills are cool when you, like, see what their body looks like after, and you're like, damn. So that's what he did.
I don't know. I'm very visual. I like to see it. But yeah, I just like the pure, utter chaos, so...
Yeah, it looks better. It's, I don't know. I kind of go both ways on it. Sometimes I like seeing how it looks after the fact and use my imagination on the kills. But the kill count and, like I said, the brutal violence definitely was not an issue in this movie. Had a lot.
Like I said, it lived up to its name, boy.
Yeah.
That it did for sure.
This is probably one of my favorite versions of Michael Myers, other than the first one, the original version, and the sixth version, Curse of Michael Myers. Yeah, it was a great movie, in my opinion. Like I said, maybe the dialogue and the characters weren't the best, but Michael Myers definitely stole the show in this movie. He was the star of this movie.
And that's the way it should be.
For the most part, yeah. And Jamie was on the sidelines, which was definitely better for this film, because we got to focus on everybody else.
Yeah, I'm just tired of seeing Laurie just being a badass all the time, This movie just really let Michael Myers shine. This was his moment, and I thought he, whoever, who's the actor that plays Michael Myers? This one, because it's not Nick Castle.
James Jude Courtney.
Yeah, he did very good.
Yeah. James Jude Courtney is. I love Nick Castle, and he's the OG, so I kind of can't put him over, but James Jude Courtney is really good. He's really, really good at being Michael Myers. I think he's the second best. I do like Tyler Mane. His take on the character was really good, too. But I feel like James Jude Courtney captures it all. I know you like...
Dick Warlock.
Yeah, but he kind of just moved like a robot. It was weird.
Warlock.
And then I forget who plays Michael Myers in the fourth, but James Jude Courtney is probably the best version of Michael Myers who plays him, but Nick Castle's the OG, so I give it to Nick just on that fact alone. But I do enjoy James Jude Courtney's performance in this movie. He's got the walk down. He's got the stalkish down. He's not like super big, which is better, I think, for Michael Myers. Because he just looks like a normal person with a mask on. That'd be my only criticism of Rob Zombie is he looks like a friggin' jacked up He's not Jason, so...
Yeah, Rob Zombie's Tyler Mane, Michael Myers character. Yeah, he was a monster. He was a giant.
Yeah, and I enjoyed his performance, and it added to the brutality of those two films.
Made him look more scary, more intimidating.
Yeah.
This is what I think.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Rob Zombie's Michael Myers.
We will be.
We will eventually.
And boy, do I dread those days of getting to that Halloween 2. But, yeah, man, we already did the Halloween Ends review. We did 2018. We wanted to wrap it up with what should have been the finale in my opinion, because this movie's the best one.
Yeah, I honestly thought like Halloween Ends, it was gonna kind of continue the brutality that this movie had, and then kind of have it all come together and wrap up at the end of the night. That's what I thought Halloween Ends was gonna be. But
yeah, and this movie was just Michael Myers is good in this. Like, that's all I want is for Michael Myers to be killing. And he does plenty of that. Also, another sidebar is when the stupid mob scene in the hospital, I thought was... I don't know what they were going for there.
What, with the whole Evil Dies Tonight?
Yeah, and then that guy jumping off. Why? Didn't need that in this movie. It doesn't feel like we need that in a Halloween movie. So that was my only issue with that. But for the most part, the gore was really good. The music was pretty good. And everything else was pretty good. The music was pretty good. The score was great, as always, conducted by the wonderful, great, legendary John Carpenter and his son. They did a great job, Cody Carpenter. So, yeah. Like I said, there's not a whole lot more we can say about this movie. Great piece of business. One of my favorite Halloweens. It's definitely in my top 5. I don't know where...
I think that's in my top 5, too.
Yeah. Great piece of business. Definitely the best movie out of this whole trilogy. And yeah, there's just a maniacal Michael Myers in this movie. So, we can pitch
well said.
Pitch it to the ratings.
There you go.
So here we go. Out of 10, I honestly give this movie, I love it. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Out of 10?
Like I said, the score was great. Michael Myers, I think this is probably the most brutal we have ever seen him, including the Rob Zombie. I love kills. And that's what this movie delivers, is kills. That's why we watch slasher films and horror films in general. I said it wasn't the scariest So that's why I got a little 8 out of 10 is still solid, 80%. The visuals were great. The mask was great. Michael Myers, like I said, was great. Side characters were, like Allison, was pretty cool. I love how they utilized Cameron in this. He was a much better character in this one than 2018.
Yeah, he wasn't a complete douchebag.
No, he was actually trying to, help and stuff. The dialogue was a little shaky, but Laurie not being in the movie helps out. Well, she was in it, but, for the short time she was, helped out the movie a lot. So, yeah, 8 out of 10 I think is fair for this Gore Fest. Brandon, what would you deliver?
I'm gonna go 9 out of 10.
Whoa! That's a little bit higher than I thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 9 out of 10 with it. I like this movie about as much as Rob Zombie's first Halloween movie, which that movie was really good, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't really care for Rob Zombie's version, but Kills was amazing. It delivered the kills. That's the big thing here. I wouldn't go as far as saying that it was as brutal as Rob Zombie's, although this movie was pretty brutal. The fluorescent light and, the eyeballs,
Yeah.
But, 9 out of 10. I have very little complaints about this movie. But that's where I'm at with it. And the music. I like the music that it played like right before he gets jumped by the mob.
Yeah.
And he picks up the mask. That was nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
The end scene was pretty cool. I just didn't like how it was a little choppy with all the cuts and stuff. I almost thought it would be better as one whole scene and you see him from a wide angle just killing everybody that way instead of the whole choppy cut scenes. But other than that, yeah. So that gives it a official chop and slice rating of 17 out of 20.
17 out of 20.
That is a solid rating for a movie.
Only 3 points away from 20.
And to be honest, I don't know. That got a higher rating, I believe, than even... No, it didn't. I think Halloween, the 1978 one, surpasses. Because I gave it a 10.
Right. And, yeah.
So this is one of the... I think this will probably be the second highest one, if I had to guess.
Maybe.
I think it will. And it left us on a cliffhanger with killing Judy Greer's character, but I never got to explore that cliffhanger because he went into a sewer for 4 years.
And the original Halloween, that did get 18 out of 20 because I
18 out of
remember
20.
giving it an 8.
So, yeah, not a whole lot left to say with this movie. Michael Myers, in my opinion, is the go to slashers. He likes Jason more, but Michael Myers is my guy. Anytime, and yeah, there's some really bad Halloweens, but still Michael Myers at the end of the day. I can watch anything with Michael Myers and enjoy it.
I can too.
This is more, one of except Halloween Ends. That I will preface it. I will probably never watch that movie again unless I'm forced and literally have a gun to my head. Because man,
that movie was awful. It was so bad.
It just kills this trilogy too. Because I wish they would have taken this movie and then kept going. They didn't.
On the same night.
Yeah, on the same night.
And if you had have combined the runtime of the 3 movies, it would be like overnight in real time.
Right.
And that would have been really cool.
You would have had it during the day in 2018, night and Kills, and then back in the morning for Halloween Ends. And that would have been really cool. Instead, we got a 4-year gap with Michael Myers at his strongest.
And I honestly thought that's what they were going to do, too. That's what I think we were all led on to believe.
Then I know the pandemic kind of screwed all that up with shooting and stuff like that. So they decided to take advantage of the time gap, which I did not like at all. And we got douchebag Corey Cunningham and all that mess.
Yeah, right at the end of the trilogy. Just so dumb.
Yeah. And I don't know why Michael Myers went into a sewer for 4 years. But,
Just rotting.
yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, dude. This whole movie, I think, was just based off him, he just wants to see his house again. He wants to be involved in where it all started, and, that makes sense. That's a good enough story to hold for this movie. Yeah, so, that will do it, guys. Halloween Kills. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to. We're going to keep pushing out content, guys. We're going to try to get back. We might see some special things happen to the channel, newer content, stuff like that. So we're going to try and get a podcast up and rolling here sometime in the future, discussing everything horror. And yeah, just going to try to get that ball rolling here, guys. So we appreciate everybody for listening to this, and yeah, evil dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight. Take care, everybody.
Later.